Hello people, my name is Rage, and welcome one and all to Watch Dogs. Let us find out if it is indeed worth the price. Now, there has been a lot of hype surrounding this game, to the point where it's probably one of the most anticipated titles, if not the most anticipated titles, to be released so far this year. And I can happily report, having got stuck in and played it for a long time, it is really genuinely fun. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do, and it's one of the better open world experiences I've had. The city is really alive, living and breathing. Your actions seem to really have impact. People act realistically. The hacking system is awesome, and just overall, it's a solid experience. But there are a few negatives which I'm going to get out the way to start with before going into more detail in the specific systems, missions, etc, etc. And the main negative stems from the fact that this is a port from consoles to PC. Now, supposedly this game was supposed to be PC lead platform, but along the way I guess the developers forgot, and now we have a port. And the port is nothing short of terrible, and it's terrible for a few reasons. Firstly, the keyboard and mouse controls, while in-game, are fine. The gunplay is good, because gunplay is just good on mouse and keyboards. The driving handles okay, but we'll get into driving specifically later. The main reason that the mouse and keyboard is failing spectacularly is controlling the game's menus. From the main menu, where the mouse is on, like, just crack, it is just going mental. The acceleration is stupid. Controlling the menu is a puzzle in itself, I have to say. And then from stuff like controlling the smartphone, which is one of the core mechanics of the game. This is how you operate with the world, and you have to control it by sliding your mouse around and hoping that you land on what you would like to do. It's frustrating, to say the least, but it's not a deal breaker. Having a frustrating UI experience is annoying, yes, but if the game itself is good, it's something easily forgiven. So the other reason why the port is terrible is that the optimization is abysmal. Like, seriously, abysmal. I have a pretty good computer. Not ridiculously top tier. It was when I bought it, but it's a little bit old now. But I cannot get a solid 60 FPS with max settings while playing this game. I just can't do it, not to mention while recording. But it boggles my mind why this game is so poorly optimized when they knew they were bringing it to PC. If you have an average or even above average computer, you are going to be playing this game on the lowest settings and hoping for not a slideshow. Talking of slideshow, before I turned my textures down from ultra to just high, if I was driving around the place, I was maybe getting a frame a second. It's shocking. The optimization is seriously bad in this game, and it is a really, really big negative, and quite frankly, it's a shame. And then another thing that has cropped up because of the fact that it is a port is the fact that we have things mysteriously spawning in like ghosts, and I'll show you what I mean by that if I commandeer this vehicle over here. When you are driving around the city, you don't really notice this on foot, but when you are driving round the city, what you will notice is that pedestrians, cars, and various objects just kind of fade into existence. Look, you're already seeing it with cars just like suddenly appearing, materializing out of nowhere. It happens with civilians as well, and it happens sometimes like 20 feet from you. You'll just be driving along, and then suddenly this car that wasn't there before appears in your face, and you actually can crash into it. Civilians just randomly appear on the pavement, and you end up mowing them over when you weren't trying to, which has an active negative effect on the game, because if you're trying to go for the protector, the good karma route, this game has a black and white, be a bad guy, do dick things, you end up being a villain and people hunting you, or defend people and take criminals down without killing them. You end up a hero and people love you. It's not the most in-depth system, but it is an extra layer of consequence to the things that you do. But the fact that civilians randomly pop up while you are driving out of nowhere, it means you run them over, and then you get negative karma points, or however the game calls them. I don't know if it has a specific name, but I'm going with karma points, and that is really irritating. In fact, I've dropped from Protector back down to Civilian because of this exact thing, and it is supremely irritating. But there, ladies and gentlemen, ends pretty much all of the straight up this is bad that I have about the game. Everything else that I'm going to say, which I'm not that happy with, is pretty much objective. So, while I'm in a car, let us go over the driving, because you will be spending a lot of your time driving. Now, if you saw what I just did, plowing through things in these cars is so ridiculously easy that it makes me question it. Cars in real life are not just destroying monster truck like bulldozers that can go for everything. They're pretty easy to damage, and you can't just be as reckless as this. The driving system, in a word, is heavily unrealistic. However, for someone like me, who sees the driving as just an enjoyable way to get around, it's fun to smash into stuff, it's fun to slide around corners and smash into other cars and just generally be a terrible driver, I get a lot of fun out of this system. From what I can see, I mean, you even saw there, the walls on this tunnel materialized next to me as I was driving past them. It's just so, it just breaks the experience so badly, but enough hammering on about that, okay? I promise I won't mention it again. That was a really, really stark example. So, the driving system, they have gone for fun a lot more than they have gone for realism, which I personally approve of, but this is going to be an opinion thing. If you want a good, solid, realistic driving experience, you're not going to get it from Watch Dogs. You're just going to get this fun, slidey, smash through stuff, get from point A to point B without killing everyone experience that you get from games like GTA. However, the driving system in GTA is a lot more realistic. I know, GTA is more realistic than the driving system in this game, and to me that's a good thing, because I'm a terrible driver, and this system helps me out a lot. So, that is the driving. To the actual hacking. Now, before I go into specifics of how to hack, such as raising that blocker and causing a complete traffic halt on that lane, I am going to show you a story mission in this game, so you can see how you're going to be playing through the core experience, arguably the core experience, that is the main story. Now, don't worry, I have chosen a mission that I have already done, but I recorded it at the time for this purposes. That is planning, right there. That is quite early on in the story. There's no real spoilers, especially without the backstory as to why you're doing that mission, so it's just a really good example of some cool hacking and some cool mission mechanics, some shooting, etc, etc. So I will let you guys watch that now, and then we will return to the open world experience, and I will go over some more things. Enjoy! So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, in the start of the mission. Our objective is to sneak and hack our way into this compound for a bit of hacking, as you might imagine, for a game all about hacking. That is one thing I have to say for this game. Everything thematically links back to the hacking mechanics, and that is really neat. A lot of the time you get a game with a cool, unique mechanic, but it's kind of misplaced or not fully explored or used properly or kind of waylaid. In this game, everything is all about the hacking. Everything comes back to the hacking, and it really does feel like a massively strong core that everything is built off in this game. There's nothing major you can do that doesn't somehow involve hacking, and that's a really, really strong thing to have. The themes are there throughout the entire game. So if we start to make our way into this compound, the first thing I'm going to do is show you the security camera system. What you can do is use this to scout out the area that you were about to go in. You could cause various distractions, such as exploding these electrical sources, or distracting various guards, or even if you get some guards with explosives on them. In fact, if we look at this guy, he has a grenade on him. I've now set off this explosive, so he's suddenly realizing, oh my god, and he is now dead. But I don't get any heat or detection for that, because it just looked like a random fault in his explosives. So if we keep going around the facility, the best way to operate these stealth missions is to, of course, do this because it makes sense. You're a normal human being in this game. Yes, you've got all these hacking abilities, but you are going to get killed very quickly in a firefight. So it is very important that you actually spend the time going around the facility and seeing what kind of havoc you can cause before entering it yourself. Okay, so now I've found the guy with the server access room. I can hack into him. Yes, indeed. There we go. And now that he's hacked, I've got the access code. And the access code is what's going to let me reach the servers. So I've completed a lot of the mission here without actually entering this facility and without actually firing at anyone. And that's really neat that you have multiple ways of approaching this. I could, of course, gone in here guns blazing, shot everyone, and just brute forced my way into the facility. But you don't have to do that. And I do like that you have multiple approaches for the missions. But now my main problem is that while I've got the access codes, the guards are all on reasonably high alert, and I have to get 76 meters in that direction into the building, which is going to prove rather difficult. But if I unlock the door real quick here, yes indeed, I should be able to cause a few distractions. For example, if I explode that, kill that guy, those guys should go to investigate it. That's something I have to say for this game. The AI is actually really superb. There's odd times where they do things a little bit questionable, but on the whole, they do reasonable reactions, and they can be quite difficult to deal with. I mean, I'm on normal difficulty, so I can't imagine how tough it gets on the harder difficulties, because they really are making sensible decisions, they're watching out for each other. It's generally quite challenging to get past a situation like this. So, I'm praising the AI as three guards are just mashing together in a pile. That was the 5% that sometimes it does something questionable, don't worry about it. Okay, so how am I going to approach this CTOS facility? That is the question. Can I do any more chaos from the camera system? I can use that forklift, that doesn't really help. I can explode that, which will indeed... hey, there we go. So I'm now using the security guard as a camera, which gives me a lot more scope as he's actually moving around. There's not really much I can do with him at the moment, though, so I'm going to back out. Yes, indeed. And now we are over here. I love this whole system of scoping. See, look, now that I've made this happen over here, what I can do is use this opportunity to bust the hell into the facility, because they are all busy staring over in that direction, which means I now have free reign to get in here and start using the cover system. The cover system is actually really intuitive. You just press the button and you go over to the next cover area, and it feels really intense, like go, 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 I need to get a cover, and etc, etc, and it really does work rather well. So now we've reached what we are supposed to be hacking, and there we go, we are now in the system, which means you have to do a little bit of a hacking minigame like so, very simple one. In this case, I got this, guys, I got this, and we are going to hack into CTOS and generally be a badass. There we go. Hey, there we go. I don't know why that happened, that's literally never happened before, but that's typical in a video. So now we've got past the hacking minigame system to get into the server room. We simply hack the servers themselves, and then vajam! We gain the ability to hack this section of the city, and we've unlocked more of the city for our use. Basically, in each quadrant of the city, you're going to have to do a mission where you hack into a facility and unlock that area for use with your hacking. And then Mr. Bad Boy 17, who's got the best name ever, is a recurring character so far. He's quite mysterious, you don't know who he is, but he's helping you, and he's quite technologically savvy, in fact very savvy. He's like the supreme hacker extreme that keeps sorting you out with tracing phone calls and stuff like that. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the part where you unlock the multiplayer experience that I will hopefully be trying to show you in the remainder of the video, because it is incredibly, incredibly fun. Yes, indeed. So, there we go. All I have to do... oh my god. Oh my god. So, that's not good. What I'll do is I will try and go a little bit more Rambo, so you can have a look at the combat system while we're here, because... to the game's credit, there's actually very few times, apart from maybe the gang hideouts, that you're going to be specifically using the combat. Now, I've got a silenced pistol here, so I can do stuff like that. If I slowly take them out one at a time while they're not watching each other, I should be able to slowly get past this. But you have to be very careful. One missed shot, and you are absolutely buggered. So if I move over to here, those guys do not need to turn around right now. Get over to there, over to that wall. I ideally don't want to shoot these people, because that obviously makes you a bastard, because you're just killing random cops who are doing their job. But if he walks across to this barrier, I'm afraid, Sonny Jim, that you are going to get shot in the face, or more accurately, the head. Alright, so now that he is taken out, I can vault over here and go back into the courtyard. There is only one guard left in here, so I'm just going to leg it, and out of the facility we go. And then once I leave the grey sort of heat area that the police and various security squads put down, that's where they're looking for you, then I am successfully got all of the heat off me, and I have completed everything. And there we go, backstage past the third mission completed, and we now have unlocked this district for more use with our hacking tools. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is how the missions generally run. You talk to a few characters, sometimes you get a cutscene with heavy story interaction, but I didn't want to show you any of that because spoilers can be quite a big deal. In fact, this Geordie Chin guy I really like him. The main character hates him, but he's like this really suavely dressed sort of fixer slash hitman, and he is a really cool character, and you do see him in a few cutscenes, but again, I don't want to spoil too many things. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you're expecting the missions to run. A focused objective, some cool character stuff, some hacking, stealth, some combat. It's a really nice mix, and generally speaking, they're really quite fun. I have to say, personally, the main story missions in this game feel so much better than they do in, for example, GTA. Granted, I've not played GTA 5, because I'm forever waiting for a PC release, but that's by the by. But, for example, GTA 4, the missions feel kind of boring and repetitive, whereas in this they are really quite unique and generally quite fun. So yes, I'm going to move back to the open world experience and talk to you more in depth about how I feel about the games and some specifics, etc, etc. So, I will return you to past Rage or future Rage. One of those two people. Hey me. Hey me. I don't know what I'll jump cut. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is a very good example of a story mission, and as you could see, it is really quite cool and really quite fun. They do get a lot more in-depth and complex as you progress through the game. And talking of progressing through the game, there is a lot to do in this game, as is expected from a sandbox game, but you are going to be here a while if you want to complete everything. There is a lot of content. For example, if I go on the progression menu, I'm currently 3% into the game, having played for maybe 4 or 5 hours, and that's a really good sign. There's loads of content for the online stuff to do the amount of races, then there's loads of collectibles, investigations to look up random civilians and see what they're getting up to. You've got loads of side missions, gang hideouts where you have to get your way past loads of gang members, either kill them, subdue them, or sneak past them, and then capture the main boss dude. You've got fixer contracts, which involve a lot of driving and testing your driving skill. You've got crimes, and crimes are really cool. In fact, I'll go over crimes once I finish showing you this menu because it's a really neat system revolving around the hacking. And then you've got 5 main story acts with a lot of missions in each. So you are going to be here playing this for a while. Even mini-games, because everyone likes a few little mini-games, because Roman needs to take you bowling no matter what game you are playing. So these side missions, the crime detected, it's really neat. What you can do is, if I go into hack mode, which is about time I showed you hack mode, as this game is all about the hacking, here we are. I've got my phone up, and you can start scanning people using the facial recognition software that you have hacked into and see what they are getting up to. Now, occasionally, you will find people who are up to a little bit suspicious. For example, this person, I can now hack them, and I've got one of the progressions on the wheel that I just showed you, but there was nothing particularly criminal about what they were doing. So if we hack this person, we may find something a little bit more suspicious, more in depth. For example, this guy's like, black holes freak me out! Something so dense it even sucks in light, brr, and there's nothing I can do about it. So this guy is pretty much just... Then the guy replied, I'm scared of spiders. Well, that's just dumb. And this is neat because normally you find criminal activity in these private conversations, but sometimes you get little flavor pieces like that, which really make the city feel a lot more alive. The city itself is gloriously living and breathing, more so than a lot of sandboxes, and that's important for how personal the hacking system makes things. It's so much fun to just walk around, hack people, see what their conversations are, see what they're up to, find crimes, and then stop the crime. So I'm going to keep doing this until I find a crime that's going on, so I can show you the criminal stopping side mission, which is one of the main ways that you increase your notoriety. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, outside the area that a crime is going to happen in. I thought I'd jump cut to me actually finding one, because that makes a little bit more sense when I just want to show you what is up with this game. So, through hacking some people, I found out that a crime is going to go down in this area, and what you have to do is, inconspicuously as possible, sneak around the area, but don't look like you're sneaking. You gotta walk, you gotta pretend you're just a normal civilian. You're just here on the day out, you're fine. You're not gonna beat down whoever's causing this crime, and identify the criminal. Now, you do this by looking at various people and seeing if they are suspicious, if they're likely to be the criminal or the victim. Once you've found one or the other, then you can act, and if you wait till the opportune moment to act, then you are going to gain the notoriety, depending on how you choose to handle the situation, from taking down the criminal lethally or doing it in a much more sensible way, which is just beating him till he's unconscious, as you might imagine. Okay, so the crime looks like it's going to go down potentially over in the left area, but we'll see. We'll just have a little walk around. There's nothing, there's haste makes waste, as the expression is, and that's what I like. This game is heavily focused on taking things a little bit slower, actually learning about things, getting involved with things, or being observant using your head, and I really like that. Taking the focus away from driving fast, killing people, loads of gunfights and combat, and putting it on this neat technological hacking thing where it's all about people's secrets being revealed, dealing with information, because information is power. So now that the crime is literally happening in front of us, now we can intervene, and here we go. We start to chase him down, and we get this really cool chase system that you get from these side missions. Now this guy is shooting at me, which makes things a lot more difficult, because if I still want to neutralize him peacefully, I'm going to have to just take these bullets, and as I said in the mission, bullets are quite lethal to you, but fortunately I managed to get him before he got too far, and before he managed to get any vehicle. So there we go, he is now neutralized, and that is how the side mission for neutralizing crime works. You find the area, you identify the crime, and then you take them down, and it is really, really neat. I love the focus on the information is power in this game. I really, really do. And there we go. So now we have a fixer contract that's come up. Regularly, you'll get missions just appear depending on your vicinity from the gang stuff and the fixers, as I said, but I'm not going to be doing them right now because they're pretty much what you'd expect. The gang hideout, just a big shootout with stealth, etc, etc. So, if I now open my skill tree, because I've gained an extra skill point, this is how you progress your character in the game. You get skills for completing actions, completing missions, and you can put them into various things, such as the hacking. Now, I could put this in, which lets me control when trains set off and stop, which lets me escape people. I could put them into this, which lets me raise and lower bridges, all useful tools for escaping and chasing down people, and just generally unlock more things to hack, and it is a really neat progression system. You can get to some really cool things that you can hack straight down the line, such as road spikes. They are fantastic. They make tires explode and cars go flying. You can go steam vents, you can disable a helicopter so they just drop out the sky. You get some really neat stuff. You've got your general combat things such as focus, which lets you go into like slow motion and shoot people, which is incredible fun to do. And then you get your various bonuses like faster aiming, more accuracy, etc, etc. Now, crafted items. This one is neat. I've not found myself really needing to use these that often because evading people is quite easy, and it's something I'm going to talk about because it's a little bit of a negative for me in this game. And you can make grenades, you can make jammers, you can make blackouts. It's okay, but I've really not felt the need to use any of these. But potentially, if you want to get more tactical, it's something you can look into. So, the negative I was talking about, the police in this game are useless and backwards on so many ways. If I just whipped out my gun right out now and started just shooting people, not much is going to happen. Yes, I've got some heat, and then over here, look, this person is calling the police. Now, how do I get them to stop calling the police? Oh, what's that? I just kind of shove them, and they put their phone away. They forget that they saw me straight up murder a dude in front of them and just run away. And now the police will never ever arrive, and I've just killed someone in broad daylight in a crowd of people with literally no repercussions because I slightly shoved the person calling the police. I mean, the fact that only one person would call the police when I just shot a dude in the middle of, like, 30 people, it's really dumb. The police are useless outside of missions where they're scripted to show up and be effective, and it's kind of a letdown. There's not as much ability to go on just a fun, crazy rampage and then load your game like you do in GTA in this game, because there's just not really many repercussions from it. You don't get into crazy police hunting you down because it's so easy to avoid them. And then on top of the fact that when you go into a gang attack where you have to kill all the gang members and capture the guy, if someone calls the police because maybe you alerted a civilian by accidentally shooting out a window, Then the police arrive, and they join forces with the criminal gang toting weaponry to hunt you down. Like, what? The police arriving to that situation should make it a 1v1v1 free-for-all with everyone shooting everyone. That would be awesome. Why do the police show up and we're like, we'll help you criminals to take down this man who is taking you down because we are law enforcement and we suck. I guess it's quite realistic as to how effective the actual police actually are. But no. But these are just minor thematic things that just don't seem to make sense, and they're easy things to get oversighted when making a game as complicated as an open world sandbox game, so it doesn't bug me that much. It's just amusing more than anything to see the police force arrive and start helping a criminal gang. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at a river, and the reason we are jump cutting to here is now that I finally found a good place to illustrate my next point, and that's the actual visuals of this game. It would be kind of remiss to not mention them at all, especially with the controversy that, I say controversy, it was a little bit, that happened when a few months ago it seemed like Watch Dogs had received a massive visual downgrade, and no question about it, it has. It looks a lot worse than the original just gorgeous footage we saw, but that said, it's not horrible. It's perfectly serviceable. I kind of feel like it's a bad thing to overly hammer a game for being visually bad, whereas 8 years ago we were praising things that looked a million times worse than this for looking especially good. I realise times move on and standards get raised, but I also feel it's not something that should be a main focus when looking at the game unless it's ridiculously terrible, and by no means is this city ridiculously terrible. You've got fine lighting effects, the particle effects on causing electrical things to blow up are really nice, the water looks lovely. Look at the trail behind that boat. The water is one of the highlights graphically of this game. It really does look nice, yes indeed. Daylight ironically looks better than night, and I say ironically because normally in these games night looks better because you can have cool lighting effects and atmospherics, but daytime looks a lot better. The city, the aesthetic and the colour palette is a little bit on the grey, dull side, but I have a feeling they're doing that for realism because cities generally are grey and dull because that's just the materials that they're built out of, but you're not going to get a colourful experience outside of those trees over there from playing this game, but that again doesn't really bother me because I don't mind it at all. The environment isn't really a killer for me in any game, and I do think it all looks reasonably fine. In fact, just walking down here, seeing the water, the satellite dishes, the environment itself, I do really like it. Even the hills in the background, yeah, I can't really complain. It's not jaw-dropping, air quotes here, next gen, but I am definitely happy with it. I also love the ability to just, like, push past people. Oh, we have a random crime spotted. I'm going to get involved with it. Don't worry, don't mind me. Just hiding behind here. Hey, guys, did not mean to hide there. I don't really know why I did that, but that's fine. Let's go stop this crime. Yes, indeed. Run! I have the power, While we're getting to this crime, I'm going to talk to you about the multiplayer system, because it is one of, if not the best reasons to get this game. There are quite a few multiplayer modes. If I was to open my phone here, by the way, from the phone you can do a lot of cool stuff. You can just get contracts from the car racing, and then there's also this car on demand, which lets you have any car that you have previously been in delivered to you for sometimes a price, and a lot of the time simply for free because of your contacts, and that's a really neat thing. So for example, I've been on that motorcycle, so now I can get this Kodachi delivered to me, yes indeed, and then if I ordered it, it would now be appearing over here. If I go get on it, yes indeed, it will take me to the crime area, which is ironically 10 feet to the left of me, but there you go, you could spawn in vehicles, which is a really nice feature in a game like this, because it means you don't have to hoard vehicles in garages and stuff. You can pretty much use them as disposable tools, which I think is a better system. Alright, so we are in another crime area. I just really like the crime system. Hopefully this guy runs... Oh, camera, this will be good. This will illustrate a cool point as well. If you look at yourself on a camera, your face is like blurry, you yourself are blurry, it's like you don't exist, it's like you're a ghost to the system, and I think that's just a really nice little touch. Maybe an Easter egg, but it does thematically work. Again, everything comes back to the hacking and the strong themes running through this game. I really do appreciate that. It's something that's really rare to have a game so solidly on theme in everything that it does, and having it still feel fun and working. Alright, just casually stole some money there. I just thought, as I'm passing, I might as well just steal some money. I mean, you know. Alright, so let's have a walk around here and see what we can see. And get our hack vision on. Yes, indeed. So he might be the potential victim, which means I need to get out of here before that triangle fills. Yes, indeed, so the crime still happens, because otherwise you will scare the criminal off and it won't happen. So now, as these happens to each other... Oh god, no, 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 leave, leave, leave. Whoo! That was close. That was very, very close. Got to be a little bit more stealthy for that to happen. So he is going to commit a crime to this man. Now the question is, what is it going to be? There we go. We are intervening. Go, go, go. Hey, man, what are you doing? How are you doing? Oh, he's getting in a car. No, you are not. Oh, no, no, he is. He is getting in a car. All right, go, go, go. And here we have one of the cool car chases, and hopefully I can show you some of the cool hacking interactions to stop people running away from you. Yes, indeed. All right, let us do this. Let us dance, my friend. Here we go. Oh, oh, there we go. Come on, come on. Smash! Oh, God. Oh, he's not down, is he? No. Okay, go, go. I absolutely love the car crashes. The car crashes. The car chases in this game. They are really quite visceral, really quite just smash everything. There, I adjusted the traffic lights. Ah, that was fantastic. I adjusted the traffic lights so they caused a massive pile-up, which meant... Oh god, he's gonna kill... There we go. I had to neutralize him lethally, otherwise he would have shot me, because you do die very quickly to bullets. That is unfortunate, but it's something I was forced to do. He forced my hand. It wasn't my fault. But yes, it feels... Whoa! That is the first time I've seen a car explode. That is glorious. But you see what I mean about the particle effects? It really does look quite nice. But yes, Jesus Christ! Stop exploding! Oh my word! That is... Oh, okay. Well, that's something new. That is something new. But yes, using something like the traffic lights to stop someone who's running away from you is just glorious. And putting up the bollards and the spikes, it really does feel visceral. So I realized I was going to talk to you about multiplayer stuff and then got completely sidetracked. In fact, now the police are on us, which is a rarity. I could have quite easily stopped the phone call from happening, but I want to show you what happens when the police actually are on you, because while it may take a ridiculous amount of stuff for them to actually get on you, you can run over people, shoot people, steal stuff, they very rarely get on you, but once they are on you, they are actually very quite persistent. They are a challenge to lose, which I think is the balance to the reason why the game is so forgiving in terms of getting the police on you, because if you go as far to get them on you, which is reasonably difficult to achieve, losing them, well, that is a challenge. As you can see, they are doing a reasonably good job. Not that I am doing a good job at evading them, I will admit, but they are going to be quite persistent. In fact, I'm up to 2 squares. I prefer stars, but I guess stars was copyrighted by GTA. So we're up to 2 squares of, air quotes here, wanted. I don't know what the specific term is of the game. But yes, hopefully I can use my hacking skills to evade the cops, and you can get a cool car chase sequence. It is just really, really good fun. I love it when stuff like this happens. It's not an annoyance when police chase you, which is... Oh, did I just put... Oh, that would have been so cool if I'd pushed them off the thing. I mean, I imagine it will get annoyance later in the game, but right now it's something I really kind of revel in. Wow, that guy was not very sensible. Aha, pushing him into the thing that smashed him. Glorious. And then you, sir, into that one. There you go. Wow, that is a sturdy... Haha! There we go. But yes, I'm still nowhere near away from getting these police off my back. It's really quite difficult. If I cut across this park, hopefully I should have some better... That's a wall! Ah, that's not better luck at all. That is a wall, and now my car is no longer functioning, which is awkward. But fortunately, the cops are trapped back on the road, thanks to me disabling them. And there we go. The free running in this game, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, even though you've not seen much of it, is really quite competent. It's realistic free running in the sense that you can do what a normal person could do. Hop over fences, climb up walls, climb up mesh fences. It's not crazy Assassin's Creed-y / infamous parkour where you can literally go anywhere. It's nice, realistic, a normal, fit human being could do parkour, which I really do appreciate, because you, after all, you are just a normal human being who can hack stuff. You're not superhuman. Sir, can I just get out the wall? Don't mind me, sir. Don't, but I'm going to push you in. I want to push... No, it's me again. The irony there. Damn, I really wanted it to let me push him in. Ah, damn you, sandbox. Damn you. Oh, God, the cop's over there. The cop is over there. I just need to get out of this area of pursuit, and I can do it. Don't tell me you didn't see me. Tell me you didn't see me. Because if he sees me, then the circle extends and it becomes even harder. Oh my god. I am doing such a shocking job at evading these cops. Please tell me I can get over this fence. For the love of God. Oh, no, I can just walk through. Oh, okay, I can phase through bushes. There you go, everybody. Apparently, being a hacker allows you to phase through bushes. And there we go. We've evaded the police, got a nice chunk of XP, and overall had a satisfying car chase. So that's what happens when the police get onto you. Now, back to what I was originally talking about before just loads of stuff went down. That's quite a nice vista, isn't it? But that is a good example of the actual real breathingness of the world. A lot of stuff can just go down, even when you're trying to avoid it. Did that cop car just... Why? What a terrible fire him! Terrible policeman. So, the multiplayer, yes indeed. There is a lot of modes that you can get involved with. If I go on the online contracts, you can queue for various modes as you unlock them throughout the game. You've got races, you've got general free roam, you've got completing hacking things. There's the first one to find data, but by far the best is online hacking. Now, it'll take a while for me to queue up and show you, so I'm just going to explain it to you. I'll be doing more videos on Watch Dogs, so you probably will see me play it because it is so much fun. It's a 1v1, you go into someone else's world, you have to find them, hack a piece of information from their phone, and then they have to identify who you are from the crowd before you successfully steal their data. If they identify you, they then have to kill you, and you have to get away. So it's you and another player, both with access to hacking everything in the world, chasing each other through the city. And that is so heart-poundingly awesome fun. He's raising bollards to stop you, you cause a traffic jam behind you. Just, it is glorious. The running from two people who can both hack is just... It's so intense and so ludicrously fun, and that's against strangers. If you play this with friends, I can guarantee you are going to have wondrous times, yes indeed. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much all I want to cover so far. There's a lot more to this game, a lot more things I could show you, and a lot more in depth I could go, but I feel like I've given a fair enough general overview. I would have to say it is really, really good fun. There are some minor annoyances, some inconsistencies, and some just irritating things, but they are very small compared to the good, and there is a lot of it. It's a very solid open world game. It's very, very fun. It's got a really unique theme. The hacking is awesome, and I am enjoying it immensely. I heartily recommend it. Yes, indeed. And yeah, that's really all I have to say for now. So, my name has been Rage. I will see you all next time. This has been Watch Dogs. Please remember to like it. Wow, that was... Why does that always happen when I'm on... You know what? I'm just going to cause a traffic jam. Spitefully going to cause a traffic jam. Just, yeah, owned. In fact, one last point I'd like to make is the hacking maybe could be a little bit more in-depth. Just pointing at stuff and pressing Q, while cool, it doesn't really seem like you're hacking. You're just pressing a button that says hack. It doesn't... Maybe that's just me nitpicking at this point, but I feel like there should be some more in-depth hacking stuff, and I don't mean turning little pipes around in a hacking minigame like you saw in the mission, but that's a minor complaint, I have to say. It does all work still very well. Ooh, can I raise the bridge? That's the question. Do I have the talent to raise the bridge? That's... Okay, where are you? Where are you? Where be you? Skills? Give me my skills. I want my skills. Give me them. Hacking. There we go. Oh, I don't have it yet. Alright, so let's get this. Yes, indeed. And then I should be able to hack said bridge. And there we go. Oh, God. Oh, this truck. I'm so sorry. Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. Run! Run, sir! Run! You're gonna be okay! You're gonna be okay! You're fine. You're fine. You're absolutely... You're dead. You're dead. You're dead, man. You're dead. You're not fine at all. You are completely and utterly... Hey! Hey! Don't shit call the police. Don't call... Ironically, you can kill the person who was calling the police to stop the police being called. Oh, that never... The police are... Just that whole system. I could go on about it, but I'm not gonna. Oh yeah, my assault rifle that I've never used. Dance for me, peasants! Dance for me! My name has been Rage. I will see you all next time. Yes, indeed. Remember to like if you enjoyed this. It really does help me. And no, you're not calling the police. Don't be. Oh my God, I just killed all my good reputation. I may load the game here. I have to stop calling the police, peasants. Ah, yes. Please remember to like if you enjoyed this. It really does help me out combat the system. But for now, my name has been Rage. Remember to subscribe for more. I will see you all next time. Goodbye.